Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lucky survives Cyrus' attack, and Jack explains why he's helping Joss. Today on General Hospital, Brooklyn tells Chase the majority of the truth regarding her teenage pregnancy. Sasha informs Tracy that Jason is the father of her kid. Drew and Jason square off at Drew's new home. Chase inquires in their room at the Quartermain mansion as to what Brooklyn means when she mentions having a kid. She claims she had a baby in high school and placed it for adoption. Only her mother knows, and neither does the baby's father. She apologizes for not telling him. It was such an unusual time for her. She was afraid and realized she was not prepared to be a mother. Chase understands, as she was only a child. She was grateful that her mother stood up for her. Chase inquires whether it was a difficult decision to make. Brooklyn says she did not intend to terminate the pregnancy, but she swiftly decided to place the baby for adoption. She didn't want the rest of her family to know, and she was already overburdened and didn't need the added pressure of family criticism. She claims she went on a tour with her mother, and Lois handled all the arrangements. She never saw her baby. Chase realizes she has no idea whether she had a boy or a girl and how difficult it must have been for her. She is stunned and asks, "Aren't you mad at me?" Chase claims he is not furious with her at all. She believes she lied to him, but Chase claims all she did was keep part of her past private. He claims that's her past, and it happened to her, so she gets to decide who she shares it with. She can't believe he isn't outraged, given how many of their troubles have stemmed from her falsehoods. He insists it wasn't a lie but wonders why she told him now. She adds that she couldn't allow him keep beating himself up about her never having been pregnant, and she's just kept this buried for so long. He appreciates her for sharing this with him. Brooklyn claims she loves him and trusts him with her life. He says, "Right back at you." They kiss. They snuggle in bed, and she feels silly for not informing him sooner. She was terrified of how he might react. He wonders if she assesses herself. She claims she gave up her baby to provide him or her a better life. He wonders if she ever considered finding them. She isn't sure if that would be fair to them, but he believes having her in their lives will only make things better. He says it's her choice, but if she wants to find her baby, he will assist her. Tracy grills Sasha in the kitchen. Tracy informs Sasha that she wants to go over the hospital fundraiser meal and requests a cup of tea. Sasha takes action and informs Tracy that a private investigator has been sniffing about, and she believes the PI is hunting for information on Michael. She assumes she's working for Willow's attorney. Tracy answers, "Good guess, and thanks for the intel." Sasha can tell Tracy is hiding something, so she asks. Tracy wonders if her kid is Jason's, and if so, will they marry? Sasha guesses she wants to know if she intends to make her child an official Quartermain. Tracy claims she became pregnant not by a Quartermain, but by the favorite. Regardless of what he did, her mother adored Jason, and Monica adores him. Sasha claims she wants nothing from the Quartermains and intends to raise her baby on her own. Tracy claims the baby is a Quartermain if Jason is the father. Drew throws Jason out at Drew's, and Jason wishes to call a ceasefire in honor of Sam and their children. Drew wonders what's changed. According to Jason, Danny and Scout are siblings who rely on one another, thus they must collaborate for the children's sake. Drew sees, "Because you're all about family." Drew says he had often wondered what would happen if Susan Moore selected him over Jason. He would have been raised as a Quartermain and started a family. He would have wanted to have what Jason had, but all Jason did was harm their parents again. Jason wants to return to the family, so be it. Drew says he'll be here with Scout, so Jason can have the Quartermains. Jason cannot believe he would hide Scout from her brother. Drew claims he is Scout's father and will do what is best for her. Drew claims Scout will have him, Willow, and her children, which is all she needs. He claims he did everything for the Quartermains, but they abandoned him the moment he achieved something for himself. Drew claims he has the Q name and the money, so he doesn't need the family that comes with it. He then ejects the hitman. Tracy welcomes Jason home. Jason returns home and walks into the quartermain kitchen to discover Tracy pushing Sasha. Sasha interrupts Tracy and says, "Yes, Jason is the father. Are you happy?" She storms out, and Tracy looks at Jason and says, "Well, congratulations are in order." She hopes he doesn't intend to move out. He assures her that he is not, as this is Danny's home and he requires stability. She is pleased that he is prioritizing his family and demonstrating commitment to this family because he is one of them. Jason says that Drew is coming after him, so she may not want him around. Tracy observes that Drew is pursuing them all and has most likely persuaded Willow to engage the private investigator. Jason knows the PI is looking for information on Michael, and Drew believes the family has turned against him. Tracy claims that makes him the enemy, and she is relieved he is here. She welcomes Jason home. Lucky crashes at the hospital. Isaiah informs Lucky's family that he is stable, but they do not yet know how much digitalis was administered. He is being monitored. Laura asks whether they can see him. Isaiah agrees they can, and Laura instructs Liz and Aiden to go first. Isaiah leads them inside his room. In his chamber, Portia encourages Lucky to stay strong. Liz and Lucky pay a visit to Lucky, who is hooked up to monitors and tubes. Liz thanks him for saving her life, and Aiden tells his father that he simply needs to wake up. Aiden confesses it's been fantastic having his father back, but he needs to wake up. Suddenly, the monitors start to beep. Laura informs Lulu in the hallway about Cyrus' role in her liver failure, and she feels bad because he is her brother. Lulu informs her mother that none of this is her fault. Lulu claims she awoke as a result of the medication response and that she would not have woken up without Cyrus. At the same time, Sam would still be alive if Cyrus hadn't done what he did. Laura encourages Joss not to blame herself because everything is on Cyrus, who should never have been released from prison. Aiden and Liz appear, and Laura realizes something is awry. Liz tells them Lucky's heart has stopped again. Aiden shouts, "My father is dying." In Lucky's room, Isaiah and Portia use paddles and compressions to save him. Later, Portia walks out to tell the family that they have Lucky back and that he will be fine. She says he has a long way to go, but the danger has passed. Isaiah sits with Lucky and tells him he doesn't know what he'd do without him, despite the fact that he can be a real pain in the ass. His family soon visits him and pushes him to get up since they need him. Jordan tells Isaiah in the hallway that she heard he saved another life and that everyone is grateful to him. Locating Cyrus elsewhere, Dante and Anna question why Cyrus is going down Route 41 when there is nothing out there. Dante wonders why Cyrus went after Liz. Anna adds that she and Lucky discovered evidence that Cyrus was the murderer, and he confessed everything to Liz before attempting to attack her. Dante claims they have finally apprehended him, and while he can flee, he cannot hide. Dante questions why Cyrus is killing these people. Anna says that he had a divine mission to free trapped souls, and Dax and Sam got in the way. Jordan subsequently informs Anna and Dante that she has discovered Cyrus has a decades-long family tied to the Gatlins. Anna wonders if that could be Austin, who was slain and the case never solved. Anna phones Austin to see if he owns any neighboring properties. She then receives a call back with an address near Route 41, where Cyrus was heading. Dante begs Jordan to keep them posted on Lucky, and he and Anna leave. Jack makes Joss an offer at the cabin. Jack requests that Joss deliver him the weapon, which she complies. Jack checks for a pulse and discovers Cyrus is dead. Joss swears he was planning to kill her. Jack knows since he was outside and witnessed everything. He asks if she's phoned anyone else, and Joss says no. Jack claims they have a short window to cover this up. Joss inquires whether or not they intend to call the police. Jack suggests that they might or should handle this themselves. Jack wonders where Joss got the gun. Joss explains that it is Dex's. She laments, "Everyone knows I hated Cyrus and thought he killed Dex, so who will believe this was self-defense?" Jack admits it will be difficult to argue in a court of law. He insists that if he gets involved, no one, including her mother, will know. She insists she can be quiet, so he informs her that they are leaving. She asks, "What about my fingerprints?" He informs her they are leaving, and no one will know she was even there. Joss's special Jack brings Joss to his office and tells her to go to the restroom and shower. He tells her to leave behind everything she possesses, including her phone. He promises her a change of clothes. He then washes the gun clean. Joss goes into the bathroom and relives shooting Cyrus. She rushes to the toilet and vomits. She then takes a shower, but she can't stop thinking about killing Cyrus. Colette enters his office, and Jack informs her that Cyrus has died, and he had no idea Joss had a pistol on her. He claims she only called him, so he'll cover this up. Colette reports a problem. Cyrus attacked Liz and Lucky tonight, and an APB is out on him. It will not take Anna long to find Cyrus' cabin. She also believes that Joss, as a child, will not keep silent and will want to tell someone. He advises Colette to leave Joss with him. She needs to gather a team to clean up the cabin and make everything disappear, except for one item. Jack conceals the gun in a cupboard. Joss exits the bathroom and inquires as to what will happen next. He wonders if she informed anyone where she went tonight or the address. She didn't, and she questions why he gave her the address. He claims she set this in action the night he requested footage of Dex. She reminds him that she went nowhere because there was no videotape. He says there was and shows her a photograph of Cyrus attacking Dex. She wonders why he didn't go to the police. He wanted to see what she'd do. Joss wonders if he's playing a game with her because he likes her mother. Jack argues that this has nothing to do with Carly and is entirely about her. He claims she is unique and possesses all of the characteristics required of a top WSB agent. He wants her to be one of them. Joss believes this was all a setup, and he convinced her to kill Cyrus in order to hang it over her head and drive her to join the WSB. Jack claims he was unaware she had access to a gun, but she brought it with her. Why? She claims to protect herself, but that does not qualify her as a spy. He claims it does, and she shields and protects herself not by hiding, but via action. When Jack asks what happened at the cabin, she informs him about the evidence she discovered. Then Cyrus attacked her with a hatchet, and she shot in self-defense. He questions if she would have fired the trigger if Cyrus hadn't attacked her. Joss does not know. Jack says it's a good thing she didn't contact the cops then. He promises to protect her even if she rejects his offer, but she'd be an excellent agent. But she'll need a tail for tonight. He hands her the keys to her car, which he had brought there, and money to get a new phone. He tells her to inform everyone she has lost hers. Before she goes, Jack says, "We'll be in touch." Colette reappears, shocked that Joss can leave here so easily. Jack responds, yes, and when she returns, it's best she thinks it was her idea. Anna, Dante, and other cops return to the cabin. With their guns drawn, they kick in the door and enter. Everything inside is spotless, and there is no evidence that anyone was ever present. Anna requests that a cop call in forensics. She claims that if Cyrus were here, she would uncover evidence to prove it. Brooklyn informs her mother that she told Chase everything, and Laura worries Martin that they won't be secure as long as Cyrus is still out there. General Hospital spoilers: Sidwell kills Kevin to get Laura to cooperate with Drew. General Hospital spoilers reveal John Lindstrom, who plays Kevin Collins, has joined the new CBS serial Beyond the Gates. Fans are understandably concerned about Kevin's fate if John does not choose to work on both projects concurrently. Could Jen Sidwell force Laura to collaborate with Drew Quartermain's pure plans by removing Kevin? Drew Quartermain has partnered with Jen Sidwell. Michael Corinthos was killed in an explosion in Sonny Corinthos' penthouse on the day Sidwell moved into Windmere. Sidwell was staring out, and he could see the explosion. Of course, this is not proof that Sidwell did anything, but it does provide a strong clue. Drew has joined forces with Sidwell and wants the city of Port Charles to take over Sonny's docks. Everyone knows how dangerous Sidwell is because he nearly killed Lucky Spencer, the mayor's son. Who in their right mind would want to give him control over anything in Port Charles? Drew Kane wants to settle a score. Drew has been jealous of his brother since he discovered he was not Jason Morgan. Things grew worse when Sam McCall divorced Drew to return to Jason. Drew also believes that Sonny and Carly Spencer abandoned him when Jason returned home after being held captive for 5 years. Drew expects the mayor to side with him and shut down Sunny. Laura, on the other hand, is hesitant to put herself in Sidwell's back pocket after what has happened. Laura wants to consult with her deputy mayor and the police commissioner before making any decisions, despite her instincts telling her not to. Jen Sidwell drives the point home. Cyrus has previously admitted Lucky to the hospital after administering digitalis before fleeing Elizabeth Baldwin's home. Sidwell may determine that another person close to Laura must leave before she may be persuaded to cooperate. Will Sidwell see Kevin get into an accident as well? Perhaps Kevin will smash his car on the way home from work or become infected with digitalis in the hospital without anyone knowing. Whatever the case, Sidwell is not above using such measures. Sidwell attempted to kill Lucky along with Jason and Anna Devane. Sidwell might eliminate Kevin and threaten to keep going until Laura cooperates. Will Laura give him what he wants? General Hospital spoilers: Monica's death brings a missing heir out of hide. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Monica Quartermaine may die soon, given that the actress who played her for over 46 years has been laid to rest. Monica's death will soon shake up the canvas and have far-reaching consequences for the Quartermaine family. But what if there is someone they don't know about, someone Monica knows but no one else does, who has familial ties? We know A.J. Quartermaine is presumed dead, but Monica has already faked his death and may be lying again. That's one possibility. For A.J. is still alive, but might there be someone else? A missing Quartermaine heir who has finally emerged from hiding. According to General Hospital history, Susan Moore was the biological mother of twins Jason Morgan and Drew Kane, who were fathered by Alan Quartermaine. But what if it is only part of the truth? Heather Weber had previously lied, claiming that Susan and Alan had twins. But what if that wasn't exactly right? What if there's another brother? Do Jason and Drew have another brother, or are they actually triplets? This is entirely plausible, and Monica may be the only person who knows the third brother. The third brother is like Jason Quartermaine. The third brother, whoever he is, may be identical to Jason in appearance and manner. In truth, he is a doctor, which was Jason's intended career before to the vehicle accident that resulted in his brain injury. He very much like Jason Quartermaine, who was nice, brilliant, entertaining, and dependable. Monica met him years ago when they learned about Drew but kept him to herself. She asked Heather to do the same, and she consented for some reason. Monica was saddened when Jason was lost to them in the automobile accident, and having someone around who reminded her of him would be something she would prefer to keep private. The missing heir appears in Port Charles. Everyone is startled when this doctor who looks and acts like Jason Quartermaine appears in Port Charles following Monica's death. He would undoubtedly shake up the Quartermaine family, as Monica acknowledged in her will and testament. This would undoubtedly surprise everyone, and it would be an interesting twist to discover how Jason would have turned out if he hadn't been involved in that automobile accident years before. It would also be great if Steve Burton could play two roles. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think there's a missing Quartermaine heir? Do you think there could be a third brother, and Jason, Drew, and that brother are triplets? Do you believe the triplets are similar to Jason Quartermaine? Eden McCoy from General Hospital teases huge Cyrus spoilers. General Hospital spoilers indicate that things are going to become really wild. Or so said actress Eden McCoy, who plays Josslyn Jax, recently. Eden McCoy of General Hospital teases huge Cyrus spoilers in new behind-the-scenes images with her co-star Jeff Kober. She captioned the photos, "Cat's out of the bag. Joss clearly feels differently, but I adore you at Jeff Kober. You are so beyond talented, and I'm so lucky I got to share time with you. So much more to come." Is Cyrus counting down the days till he leaves Port Charles? That's what many viewers appear to believe. Many General Hospital fans responded with, "Your performance was awesome. Joss will need support from her family and friends to get through this. It's time to bring Cameron back permanently, even if it's a recast. But anyhow, I'm going age myself. I've seen Jeff Kober in a number of stuff, starting with China Beach in 1988. He's a legend, and you did well working with him, youngster." Another critic wrote, "What a terrific scene. You both played it perfectly. I can only imagine what's next for Joss, and I can't wait to see you continue to flourish." We're going to miss it, Jeff Kober. There was also the following comment: you gave an excellent performance today. I didn't expect you to do that, and when you phoned someone, I assumed she'd call Jason. General Hospital spoilers, what's next for Cyrus? Eden, you are so beautiful and extremely talented, you emit such a beautiful light. Brennan's cover-up, Lucky flatlines, Drew stunned, Dante's mission next on GH, shocking betrayals, and life or death moments. Jason Morgan extends a truce to Drew Kane Quartermain. Furthermore, Jack Brennan advises covering up Cyrus Renault's death. Harrison Chase responds to Brooke Lynn Quartermain's revelation. Chase was shocked when BLQ revealed that she was already pregnant. Brooke Lynn is taken aback as he recounts his encounter with Chase. However, Chase may feel betrayed. There is also the risk that Chase will tell Dante Falconeri, which could pose complications for Cody Bell. After all, Dante might believe that Cody should have told him years ago rather than maintaining Brooke Lynn's secret. In any event, expect more disruption as this information continues to leak. Speaking of Dante, he receives exciting news from Anna Devane. In a preview clip, Dante informs Anna that Cyrus cannot hide. Dante is correct in this regard, given Cyrus' recent murder. According to Jack Brennan's Damage Control General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus was prepared to cut up Josslyn Jax. However, Josslyn killed the villain and immediately phoned Brennan for assistance. To Josslyn's amazement, Brennan proposes they take care of it themselves rather than calling the cops. Lucky Spencer's fate at the hospital, Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson will race to save Lucky Spencer's life. As Lucky begins coding, his loved ones are eagerly awaiting the results. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin can be seen alongside Jake Weber, Lulu Spencer, and Laura Collins. In a preview, Jack becomes concerned about his father's possible death. While Lucky is coding, he is likely to live. After all, Liz was aware of what he was being injected with, and Isaiah had previously saved individuals from digitalis overdoses. At the same time, Lucky has several health difficulties that may impede his recuperation. Meanwhile, Jason offers Drew a truce. However, will Drew accept it or will his enormous ego take over? Also, Sasha Gilmore Corbin makes a confession. Jeff Kober says goodbye to GH with the best death. Jeff Kober's Cyrus ended his 5-year career on General Hospital with a literal boom as the serial murderer was shot dead by Josslyn on the February 20th episode. Kober, who won the 2022 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor for his portrayal of the villain, said his final scene was one of the best deaths he's played in his illustrious acting career, marking the end of a storyline that appeared to come out of nowhere for a character many thought was on the path to redemption. It was definitely a leap, he said to Soap Opera Digest about the narrative twist that had Cyrus rampaging around Port Charles killing people with digitalis. The issue about soap opera writing and performance is that it's always subject to interpretation. As an actor, you have to be ready, willing, and able to move in a specific route. Kober admits that he was surprised when he found out where GH would take his character. When I viewed the script, I said, wait a minute. Don't I get to vote? And they said, no, of course not, he said, laughing. I had to make it fit within the parameters of my character and world logic. You have to go to a certain level of insane. The actor added that he found it a comfort when his alter ego revealed the justification for his actions during the confrontation scene with Rebecca Herbst's Elizabeth. It was in the direction that I had imagined in my own mind, that Cyrus is performing the work of the Lord. Even saying it now makes me feel a little strange, he stated. I appreciated having that as a motivating factor and then being able to talk about it with her. With a nearly 40-year acting career, Kober has played many characters that met their horrific ends. Cyrus Renault's death, however, was one of his most memorable. He was shot by Dex's girlfriend with the late cop's revolver. I've died many times in many different storylines, and I think this is perhaps one of my best deaths, he told me. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I do believe it was a decent death. Reflecting on his swan song, Kober wishes he had had the opportunity to play an arc about Cyrus' emotional journey, but he is grateful for what he was able to perform in the end. The sequences they offered me were fantastic and rich, and the scenes with Elizabeth couldn't have been more powerful. And the death is a great finish to it. Jack conceals Cyrus' death and invites Joss to join the WSB while Gannon saves Lucky. Tracy welcomes Jason back into the family, Chase admires BLQ even more, and Drew refuses to negotiate a ceasefire with Jason. In their room, BLQ tells Chase that she had a baby in high school but gave it up. She never told anyone but her ma, not even her father. She apologizes for not telling him and describes how afraid she was and how her mother stepped up for her. When she decided not to keep the baby, she knew the rest of her family would never know. She was frightened of being judged. BLQ has never seen her kid or knows whether it is a boy or a girl. He's sure that was tremendously hard. She wonders why he isn't upset. He cannot be. They discuss how she had to compartmentalize and how much she loved her daughter. She cries and apologizes for lying. He argues it's part of her life and she gets to select who she shares it with. The cop cannot understand what she went through. She is great. Chase wonders why she's telling him now. She couldn't stand seeing him beat himself up for not being able to give her a baby. He appreciates her for sharing. They kiss and place their trust in one another. They discuss locating her baby. He's certain that having her in their lives can only make things better. At Drew's, Jason explains that he wants to respect Sam's wishes and suggests they form a ceasefire. Drew wonders what has changed. His brother insists that they work together for the benefit of the children. Drew reflects on what his life would have been like if he had received all Jason did. He would have delighted to be a Quartermaine, but Jason discounted all of that. He's finished with him and the Quartermaines. Scout's situation crushes his heart, but he will look out for her. He complains about how the family abandoned him after he did something far less heinous than what they've done. Drew has the name, money, and authority he requires. He wants nothing to do with the family. Tracy approaches Sasha in the Quartermaine kitchen and wants tea. As she receives it, Sasha informs her about the PI's investigation into Michael. She didn't tell her much, but she felt she should know. Sasha senses Tracy has some questions. Tracy inquires if she intends to marry Jason and name the kid Quartermaine. Sasha says that she wants and expects nothing from the family. Tracy claims they can't pretend the kid is only hers if it's a Quartermaine. After some more badgering, Sasha finally admits that Jason is the father. She storms out just as Jason arrives. He tells Tracy that he will stay there as long as his son is. Danny requires steadiness. To Jason's amazement, Tracy informs him that he is still one of them. He nods and adds that he is not someone she will want around. Drew is coming after me, he says. Tracy says she's delighted Jason's there and welcomes him home. At General Hospital, Gannon informs Lucky's family that they have given Lucky medication to counteract the digitalis, but it is too early to tell if it is effective. Aiden assumes his father will die and calms down. Gannon informs him that Lucky is his best friend and leads Liz and Aiden to Lucky's room. Lulu and her mother assure themselves Lucky will be okay. Laura warns her that Cyrus has caused her liver failure. Her daughter claims no one could have imagined what he would do. Laura maintains that this is entirely Cyrus' responsibility. Liz and Aiden enter Lucky's room. She thanks him for sparing her life and asks him to return. Aiden says it's been great to have him back. Thanks, I guess, he says. Liz informs Lucky he's got enough beauty sleep and it's time to get out of here. His machines begin beeping. The doctors rush in, attempting to stabilize him. When that doesn't work, Gannon tries chest compression. Portia emerges moments later and informs the family that Lucky has been stabilized. The family is grateful to her. Back in his room, Gannon tells Lucky that he isn't sure what he would do if he lost him. Lucky's family enters and begs him to wake up. Dante and Anna hope Lucky is okay. She says that Cyrus must have pursued Liz while she was studying him. She also claims that Cyrus confessed to killing Dex and Sam, among others. Cyrus realizes they have him. Dante claims he can run but cannot hide. She phones to look for leads. They discuss how this makes no sense. Jordan joins them and explains Cyrus' connection to Austin, the doctor who disappeared in 2023. They fight on what to do, and Dante offers to follow protocol if they allow him to go after Cyrus. Anna receives a call with a location for the cabin, and they take off. Jordan congratulates Gannon for saving his friend. He is pleased that Lucky is too stubborn to die. When Jack arrives at Cyrus' cabin, Joss is standing over his dead with a revolver. He takes the firearm from her and says they have a short time to clean things up. She believes they should inform the authorities. She killed Cyrus with Dex's rifle. Nobody will believe it is self-defense. Jack understands that she will not get away with it in court. He can handle this. That means no one will ever know what happened. She agrees with that. He leads her outside. Jack transports Joss to the WSB and sends her out to change. Colette walks in, and he informs her that Cyrus has died. He claims Joss did it, and they can clean it up. She informs Cyrus that he also attacked Liz and Lucky, and Anna is already hunting him. Colette doubts that a child will be able to keep this secret. He instructs her to clean up the cabin with one exception. In the bathroom, Joss considers killing Cyrus and suddenly pukes. After a shower, she looks in the mirror and continues to fantasize about killing Cyrus. She returns to Jack's office as he collects the firearm. They discuss the leads she followed. He says he fed them to her to see what she would do. He argues that she possesses all of the attributes required of a good agent. "I want you to become one of us," he continues. She accuses him of setting her up, but he claims it is not the case. They discuss what she discovered in the cabin and how she responded to Cyrus' attack. She confesses she is unsure whether she would have killed him if he had not attacked her. Whether she accepts his employment offer or not, the cabin has been cleaned. He lets her walk out. When Colette enters, Jack says they need to make Joss believe that coming back to them is her own initiative. Dante, Anna, and the PCPD kick in the cabin door. When they get inside, everything has been well cleaned. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.